Hi, you guys. So on October 5th, lesson 4.2, day 1, we're going to learn about slope. So we're going to go over a review of plotting points on this first slide just to make sure that you remember how to plot a point. Remember, when plotting a point, the x comes before the y in a coordinate point. X is this horizontal line, which means you either go from the origin left, which is negative, right, which is positive, and then you would either go up on the y or down with the y, depending on if it's positive up, negative down. Here's another review of locating coordinate points, talking about quadrants, making sure you know quadrants and where they are. So in this first one, where Q, actually not Q, S and P, that's quadrant 1. Quadrant 2 is N, quadrant 3 is U, and quadrant 4 is T. On the next slide here, the essential question is, how can you use the slope of a line to describe a line? So when you're describing a line, that means that you're going to talk about positive, negative, is my slope positive, is my slope negative? And making sure that they all produce a straight line graph. On slide 4, here is actually taking the black points and connecting them and finding your slope. Your slope here is 1/2. Remember that slope is rise over run. It's over here, change in y over change in x. Letter B, the black points, change in y goes up and down. That would be -6. Your run, which goes left and right, is 6. Change in y over change in x, -6/6. Method 2 says, now you connect the points that are pink and create your slope, copying the black points. Okay, here's all the definitions of what a slope entails. So slope starts with the letter M, and we'll go over more in depth what M stands for, but M is an abbreviation for slope. Another way that you might hear me say it is rise over run. Another way you might hear me say slope is change in y over change in x. And then there's a formula that you use in order to find the slope when you're given 2 coordinate points. Below here is showing you a positive graph. We always read graphs from left to right. It says it here. So when you're taking notes, make sure you go from left to right, from left to right. Left to right, it's going up. From left to right, it's going down, positive and negative. Here is just an example of how they use the formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1 to find the slope. So it's just a slide of notes. Over here, I wanted you to take a few minutes, find your slope, remember to draw, and it's always a right triangle underneath your slope line. And let's see if you can get some of the slopes. Don't worry, it's not being graded, it's just you practicing. Here are some more notes, and this one is a graph of a horizontal line. When we have a horizontal line, we call that a zero slope. And here it says that the slope is 0. I call them a zero slope. Here's another example of finding the slope that's with a vertical line. When we have a vertical line, we call it an undefined slope, meaning that it is no longer a slope at all. We call it undefined. No slope. Here, we'll probably end up doing this tomorrow morning when we meet up for Zoom. Right now, we're at Monday, 10:05. When I'm doing this video tomorrow, I'm going to show you guys how to find the slope when you're given 2 points. So basically what we're going to do is graph these 4 sets of points, and then we'll find the slope. So it's just graphing again some coordinate points. And I'm going to take you from 2 points, and I'm going to take you to a table. This table has, in fact, 4 coordinate points. It has 1, 8, 4, 6, 7, 4, and 10, 2. Remember that x comes before y. Here's an example how x comes before y on any coordinate point. Take 2 points, make a graph, and then you could find your slope. Here are some practice problems. It says on your own, Again, if you make a mistake, no worries. We'll go over this in class. Slide 13 here is just, again, some more notes showing you just some sketches of graphs. Here's a positive slope, here's a negative slope. I've already shown you those two. Here's an example of a sketch of a zero slope and an undefined slope. Here are some keynotes underneath them. The line rises from left to right, horizontal and vertical. Here is tonight's homework. Try to get as much as you can done. If you can't get it all done, we could finish it tomorrow. Again, Tuesday. All work now needs to be completed on graph paper. We are no longer using lined paper. So you need to go out and buy some graph paper because the rest of this unit is going to be on graph paper. And then lastly, for your exit ticket, just click right here above my face, my Bitmoji face, and you will get to your exit ticket and you're going to find the slope. Then rate your level of mastery of today's learning target. I will be able to graph 2 points and determine the slope of the line. Okay, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully this was helpful. Bye.